Hey folks, Zane back again. Welcome to another edition of Madman on the Show. Hey Jay, how you doing? Jay's here with us to see what is going on in this craziness on there. But first, before we start, I know there's been a lot of stuff going on out there, a lot of political stuff on there, and I understand from my followers we have lost access to one of our sites at Parler. Parler got shut down over the weekend, and there's a lot I could say about that. But what I'm going to do, we're going to take us forward a little bit on this. For those of you, my viewers that are on Parler, we are on other social media sites other than Twitter and Facebook. I'm going to tell you, you can find us on ODYSEE, you can find us on BitChute as far as our videos, and now we've added a third where you can get our videos. Gab.com has opened up a section called Gab TV. There's only a couple videos on there. We will be increasing our amount of videos that we'll be putting on that site. We're starting to strengthen there. We've gotten a lot of views so far on the couple of videos that we've put in there. The way to get to Gab TV is go right to the Gab itself, go up to the top section, and you will see a TV. Click on that, and you will go to the site. You could go at Q2Cast. If you type in the Q2Cast, you'll get there quick. The link is below there, so just click on to the TV site, and you'll go to the TV site itself. So hopefully we'll make it through this. Like I said, we're not going anywhere. Don't care what people think. You don't know my political views. For you to censor me there on Parler was the wrong thing to do. Because there are people of various different ideologies on that site. And you've just censored a good amount of people. Whether you agree or disagree with them, there were both sides of the aisle there. There were people from the fandom. In fact, a lot of the fandom was just moving over there. And this is a total assault on those of us who want to continue our shows. Understand, we are here. We're not going anywhere. You know, you tell us, if you don't like it here, go build your own. Yeah, we went to go build our own, and what did you do? You destroyed it. But the day is coming. There are other countries now getting involved. And I'll tell you this. Silicon Valley's days are numbered now after this. What's going to happen? I couldn't tell you, but I'm going to tell you this. The days are numbered. Their day is coming. So, let's get into this. Let's get into a little fun. I'm sorry to drag you a little bit into that, but let's get into this. Well, we're familiar with TV shows, a lot of kids shows, and we've talked about Saturday morning cartoons and stuff like that. You know, they like to censor them for the type they are and stuff like that. But sometimes something comes across the table that, how can I put it? You shouldn't go there. And, you know, you would think that this is something that was being made on our side of the aisle over in the US of A. But seems like Denmark has made a TV show for kids that basically makes light of his privates. It seems like the whole show is surrounding his privates. It's called John Dillermand. From what I understand, I think Dillermand means pee-pee. From what I understand, I think I may be wrong, maybe right. You tell me in the bottom. But John Dillermand has starting to get a following back there now. Whether it's kids or adults, I mean, this is something that I think Adult Swim. This should be on Adult Swim, obviously. I mean, this is something that goes back to like Moral Oral and some of the others that are on the show that's on the network. And this is something that should be belong there and not for kids. Obviously, the way it looks. If I'm not going to show the video here because You never know with YouTube, especially lately. But I advise you, go right ahead, go look it up, look at the videos. They're hysterical, but still, I wouldn't call it for children. But I'm going to read this off of CNN World. Denmark's flagship broadcaster suffered a blowback over its newest children's television program, John Dillermand. An animation starring a man with a private so massive and flexible it could save children from danger, pets objects from the river, and operates as a pogo stick. I'm sorry if I start to laugh hysterically because I've seen this, and every time I see it, I just burst into laughter. The show, whose 13 episodes are available to watch on the DR Network website, follows its titular character as he navigates an array of unexpected scenarios caused by inexplicably huge privates. In one episode, for instance, the mustached Dillerman uses his gigantic striped organ as a lead for his dog, but quickly finds himself inundated with requests from his neighbors to take his pets out for a walk too. Another point of the show is he's stuck floating midair after balloons are tied to his privates.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
In another episode, he breaks his friend's vase with his privates and must raise money to pay them back. And in a third, he uses it to steal ice cream at the zoo. You just can't make this crap up. I mean, really, I'm telling you. The show's opening montage also allows him to use his privates to keep a lion away from a group of small children. How does that work? The show was generally met with a hilarity in Denmark and across the internet, with many praising it as an appropriate, lighthearted way to teach children about human anatomy. No, I don't think so. But it took to some issue when the main character's certain trait, Danish politician Morten Messerschmidt, a member of the right-wing Danish party, said that children should not be forced to watch a cartoon that depicted a man's privates. And a handful of parents have taken to the Facebook page of DR's Children's Network, urging them to remove the program. Yeah, I haven't heard anything as far as, bashing a children's show as bad as Callow, which just been canceled recently. And, if you haven't heard the cheers yet and the champagne corks popping for that TV show that's been removed. Well, actually, they canceled the series. A spokesman for DR told CNN that most of who criticized the program did so without having seen the show because it wasn't released yet. If you told me there's a show about a man's pee-pee and it was a kid show, I would say, I don't think you want to go there. See, the thing about it is, when you look at, you're talking about the anatomy and stuff like that, there are ways you can do it. This is not the way to do it. One perfect example to learning about health is a great anime right now. In fact, the second series has just started. I just watched the second series, and as dark as it is still very good. It's Cells at Work. And then there's Cells at Work Code Black, which basically it's a different body. That goes into detail on how the body works. It's an excellent way of turning it. I mean, some of it is a little violent. The second series, Black, is really it's a little bit more graphic, but the ideology around the second series is that it is a body that is ravaged from smoking, alcohol abuse, cancer. So it's a body that's dying. So it's showing what is going on. Whereas Cells at Work, the regular series, everyone's lighthearted. You have the evil parasites and diseases come in and they take it out quick, but they still have a happy day. Whereas everybody is either angered or depressed in this body, in the Black series. So it is good. It's well worth the watch. Season 1 of Cells at Work is available on Netflix. Now, the great majority here in Denmark are making fun of a few critics instead. Sarah Cecil added, hundreds of thousands is supporting John Dillermand now. Look, I have nothing against that this has been made. What is kind of usual is that they gear this for kids. I think he would have done fantastic if they thrown this to Adult Swim. Adult Swim would have picked this up, no matter the content of how it is. In Denmark, it is now a huge success, and the children are watching it in big numbers, she said, telling CNN that 200,000 people have viewed the first episode. Okay, that's an all right set. People. They didn't say kids. They said people. So that's adults. In the network's online description of the show, they state that while Dillermand privates get him into embarrassing situations, it can be used for good ones. He embraced that he is different. There we go. See, that I was kind of waiting for that on this article. They're trying to woke it in a bit. They're trying to say, okay, it's bad, but we can. It's like, oh my God. See, this is the problem with the media, Hollywood, productions, and stuff like that. There is a line you draw when it comes to kids programming. And sometimes, you may curtail it. You shouldn't go way over the line as this series is. I'm not knocking it that it shouldn't exist. I'm knocking it that it is a kids program. It can exist as something else. It can exist as another series, as far as, say, an Adult Swim series as a comedy. It can live as that. In the network's online description of the show, they state that while Dillermand's pee-pee gets him into embarrassing situations, it can be good once it embraces that he's different. Just refreshing that again. DR is Denmark's oldest and well-known broadcaster and was founded by the member of the European Broadcaster Union. The network is funded by taxpayers, making it Danish equivalent to BBC or PBS. PBS would not have put something like this out. No, not at all. After what the Kalu has, what they went through with that, I don't think they would want any more controversy for any series as it is. I mean, they're already going through this. They're going through controversies in Arthur now. And, wow. Kids TV has changed a lot. They've changed a lot. And I fault that to the government. Yeah, I really do. Because basically, they got rid years ago, and I've mentioned this before, Saturday morning cartoons. You have Saturday morning cartoons. That's just a way to get your frustration off for the week for the kids. Then the government had to come in with the new regulations and say to them, well, you got to put more educational in there. I mean, now you're telling you want to educate kids 7 days a week. Kids need to vent. You got to give them 2 days to vent. They're in 5 days a week in the classroom, back and forth, learning and stuff like that. They need to grow up. They need a little bit of outside interference every once in a while. Now, when it comes to certain things where you think you're going to teach them something, to a kid, they will laugh at this. Yeah, it's okay. But what you're doing is you're saying showing your privates is okay as well. And that's not a good thing. I mean, we live in a world where there are people that are sick. And they basically, what they're doing is showing their privates out to children. And how do you think you would feel that if a child saw this show and a stranger comes up to them and does that, and they laugh and they accept that? Do you think that's okay? See, if you're trying to teach them something, don't go the way of this. Like I said, going back to cells at work, look how they handle it. Yeah, it's an anime, it's a little bit of violence in there, but the thing about it is, think to the perception. When our cells attack bacteria and viruses and all that, in a way, it's interpreting it that way, in a way where basically kids can understand it. See, that's the same thing with Dr. Stone also in the other series that's out that gives a little bit of education on there. You have a series where guy's trying to rebuild the world by using science, and he explains how to do it, what he's doing, what chemicals he needs, and what's this and that, how he puts it together. You're doing it in a way that it's properly, and you're doing a storyline around it. Here, you're just throwing things out. Even though it's funny, okay, I'll admit, it is funny. This is, like I said, this is something that maybe Adult Swim should play. Because it harks back to some of the oldest, like I said, More Oral. If you ever see More Oral, which makes fun of religion, it's a funny series. And The Shivering Truth, which is like really bizarre, which is basically getting its own cancellation in a way, because people have been screaming about that series as well. So, let's end this off a bit now at this point. John Dillermand, I'm sorry, but you're not a kid's show. It's okay that someone made you. It's fine. You can exist in this world, but teaching kids things? No. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I mean, you're not a kid's show. So you tell me in the comments below, how do you feel about this? Let me know in the comments. And I tell you, subscribe, like, Baby J. That's right. Share this video and hit that notification bell too, so you know when our videos go up. We are on several social media platforms, including ODYSEE, Gab TV, and BitChute. All of our social media platforms are listed below. You can click on any of that and you'll find us there. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being there. Hope you have a good week. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.